what I want to talk about today is something that kind of has been bothering me for a while now, and it's also, it isn't a me issue, it's a really big issue with the Mandoverse, and with the Mandalorian Grogu movie coming out eventually next year. This has led people, including myself, to kind of question whether or not characters like Luke, Leia, and Han will show up in, the whole Mandoverse, because you already have Luke showing up, but what about the other two? What about all the original trilogy characters? Shouldn't they be involved in this conflict that's happening with Thrawn? Because if you don't know, the whole entire this Mandoverse, it's not like something that Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, they just created us in there. No, it's based off of the expanded universe stuff. Shadows of the Empire, that storyline with Thrawn, Thrawn of the Empire, those stories. You can't write out the original trilogy character. You can't write out Luke, you can't write out Leia, you can't write out Han, you can't write them out, because if they want this story to be a galaxy-wide threat, if they're trying to advertise as this is a big climactic finale of this universe, this little thing we created on Disney Plus, they need to include those characters, because it creates a plot hole of where were they when Thrawn was doing this galaxy-wide attack. Where were they? And they need to be there, actually there, but not CGI formed AI. No, they need to be recast. They have to be recast. We're already seeing this Luke. CGI Luke is not Luke. I mean, it looks like him. I mean, it doesn't really sound like him. It sounds like a robot. So, recast him, because, same with Leia, because there has to be a point, especially with storytelling, where you have to recast these characters, because you have to. You can't just call them up by name, because especially with Leia, unfortunately Carrie Fisher passed away, so, ever since she passed, they just never used her after Rise of Skywalker, in the flesh. It's always by name. They always gotta do some workaround. Why do the workaround if you can just recast Leia? I'm not talking about child Leia from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. No, I'm talking about an adult Leia, or even older Leia from the sequels. Because there's a lot of story potential with Leia, and they're just never gonna do anything with her character again, which sucks. Because you can tell more stories in a live-action format if you just recast them. No one's gonna care. Hell, I can even go one further. People will probably be excited about it, because I don't even need to look at the prequels, with Ewan McGregor, replacing, being the new Obi-Wan. I don't even need to go there. In Disney Star Wars, they already done it with Solo, having Alden Ehrenreich and Donald Glover playing Han, playing Lando. People love that. People were actually really glad to have these characters recast, and it works. I like their performances, to a point where people want to see a sequel to Solo. There was even supposed to be a Lando show with Donald Glover. That never came to be, which sucks, but it's unfortunate. But that show probably would have been received pretty well. And the fact that the show got greenlit, it proves, and it shows that the higher-ups at Lucasfilm are okay with another actor playing as Lando. Without CGI or AI or that sort of thing, having a real human play the same character, because the original actor is too old to play a younger version of that said character. What a concept! In the Hollywood space, we have new Superman, a new Spider-Man, new Batman. Why can we have a new Luke? Why? To wrap things up, I don't think I'm the only person with this opinion. Obviously not. Everyone else is just really annoyed at this, and I hope down the line they do cast real actors, because, like I said, from a business perspective, it's just more money to have a CGI character in your movie that's just a human. It's such a waste of money. And I feel like it would create positive headlines and news if they were to recast someone and the actual actor does a good job at it. The casting people at Lucasfilm do a good job at it, then it'll be perfect. People will be okay, we're good, ready to go for these new movies, new things, because they do so much with new actors playing the original trilogy characters, but they're not doing it, and it's a missed opportunity. But I'm ending it there. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe. We're gonna go now, so goodbye, everyone.